playing Sister Rosetta, I mean, and this is something that I was talking to Olivia about, but I'd love to hear your take on it as well. When you're playing a real life character, that there is so much footage and so much music, and there's so many kind of reference points for you to draw upon. Does that does that make it easier for you, or does it make it more difficult to find your own interpretation, or what is your kind of take on it, I suppose?
I feel like Olivia has someone that's living, so that's way harder, you know. Like, I think with me, like, we have a really kind of controlled canon of what we have of Sister Rosetta Thorpe, and we still massively underserved her legacy. Like, if you invent rock and roll, you'd think there'd be like a monument to you somewhere, and you know. And so there's, like, in my mind, I'm not thinking that I've got, like, I grew up with her, and so I was a fan just out the gate, and so I had to do this, and you know, but like, yeah, we don't have as much as we need, so I feel like there's still room to fill in. Like, she was a queer Black woman, and so, like, and the piano player is her girlfriend, so I'm really trying to, like, you know, give it some to the piano player, and we're like creating this little energy. You'll see me fawning over her in the movie, and like, there's so much that you don't have about her narrative. She got married like a gazillion times as well, and one of which she made into like a Super Bowl type show and made a buttload of coin. And so, like, because she was like, yeah, they're all beards, I want ladies. And so, like, and so it was just like, there's so much that's cool and hyper interesting and things you'd never see. And then you think of the era she's doing all this, and you're like, can you even imagine being that out and out, all of that? She wasn't even behind the scenes with it. She was very everybody knew. And I'm like, wow, like, that stuff is just, that's iconic stuff. That is interesting. It deserves its own movie.
Yeah, in fairness. I mean, like, it's I mean, I saw like Black Bottom Blues and all that kind of stuff. Like, I mean, there's that whole era, I think, is really ripe for a reevaluation. Certainly, like, in the context of like the fact that it's been ignored so much, like, and it's only now kind of getting the representation it deserves. Has acting, I mean, I want to say this is your first role. I mean, has this?
Yes, it is.
It is, yes, right. So has this inspired you to go on and do it again? Or are you very much like, no, I want to be a musician and I want to stick to that? Or what are you thinking?
I want to do both. I want my cake and eat it, mate. I tell you, like, I love music. When I was 4, I told my late mother that I was going to sing songs and write songs. And that's my thing. It's always been who I am. I think I'll always have a relationship with music in some way. But acting, I definitely want to explore it. And so it's just a matter of finding the balance. I think that's what it is. I also think there are so many roles that really suck for dark-skinned women. And so finding one that isn't like some weird Black torture thing, or, you know, a slave movie is really, I'm not interested in any of those roles. And so finding one that isn't just like watching me have a horrible time is going to be the mission. And I imagine there'll be a little fewer, and that'll give me some time to make some records.
That's good, yeah. Actually, on that, what is your favorite Elvis song?
Oh my gosh.
To listen to and then to perform, if you can give me 2.
Oh, like both, actually. Like, I like singing A Little Less Conversation because it's like you got to jump a whole octave, so you've got to have range. Yeah. Like, yeah, it's fun. I like doing that. But yeah, I like singing that song.
Nothing like, I don't know, like Promised Land or any of the kind of deep cuts. Like, are we a big Elvis fan prior to this? Like
moderate Elvis fan. I think, like, I've actually sung that song before, so I have covered it before. It's not just like a figurative. It's like, no, I've actually done it. But at the same time, like, I feel like I've been pushing soprano so much, like, certainly on this record with Stand For Myself, that like singing someone who's very much like a, you know, singing in the tenor baritone range isn't necessarily my suit. Let's put it that way. Yeah. More like to sing Sister Rosetta. And I sing a lot of that.
That's good stuff. All right. Okay. We have to leave it there. Thanks a lot, Yola.
Thank you so much, love.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's Elvis Presley.
Because I love you too much, baby. ain't no nostalgia show. We're gonna do something different.